Have you ever seen the unimaginable destructive power of Mother Nature behind the majestic beauty of the Earth? Together, we will explore the 10 most terrifying and devastating natural phenomena in the world, such as earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, and storms. Events that can wipe out cities. This is a reminder of human fragility. Let's learn to appreciate the peaceful moments, the fury from beneath the earth. Earthquakes, the architects of destruction. Did you know that even when the earth seems to stand still beneath our feet, it is actually constantly moving? Massive tectonic plates, like pieces of a giant puzzle, are always pushing and colliding. And when the pressure builds to a breaking point, that enormous energy is suddenly released, causing devastating earthquakes. In just a few seconds, a bustling city can be reduced to rubble. Imagine skyscrapers shaking violently, roads cracking open, and the ground splitting like an open wound. It's not just physical damage, but also the overwhelming fear as everything familiar collapses. Earthquakes also cause many secondary disasters, such as landslides that bury entire villages, or even worse, trigger giant tsunamis, which we will discuss next. It truly is one of the most terrifying natural phenomena, always lurking and capable of striking at any moment, without warning. Deep sea monster rises. Tsunami, the devourer of coastlines. If earthquakes come from deep within the earth, then tsunamis are nightmares that come from the ocean. Don't confuse them with the ordinary sea waves you see at the beach. Tsunamis are not surfing waves, but giant walls of water, tens of meters high, moving at the speed of a jet plane, up to 800 km out offshore. They are usually born from strong underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. When approaching the shore, their enormous accumulated energy explodes, sweeping away everything in their path: houses, trees, vehicles, even people. Images of coastal cities wiped out in an instant, leaving behind devastation and hundreds of thousands of lives lost, have become a terrifying nightmare in history. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami is a heartbreaking example of the unimaginable destructive power of this phenomenon. It shows us the smallness of humans before the boundless power of the ocean. Dance of destruction in the sky, tropical storms, the wrath of the heavens. From the tremors of Mother Earth to the fury of the ocean, now let us look up to the sky, where tropical storms are forming. You may call them storms, hurricanes, or cyclones, but whatever the name, they are massive machines of destruction. With winds that can exceed 250 km/h, these storms not only tear off roofs and topple trees, but also bring massive rainfall, causing severe flooding and storm surges, one of the deadliest causes of death. Imagine a wall of rising seawater flooding inland, submerging everything in the blink of an eye. The 1970 Bola cyclone in Bangladesh is a chilling example, claiming the lives of 500,000 people. That is not just a number, but the pain and loss of an entire generation. When a tropical storm forms, a vast region faces a harsh battle for survival. Breath of the devil, volcanic eruption, the awakening of fire and ash. Deep beneath the Earth's crust lies a boiling world of molten magma, and when the pressure becomes too great, the volcano awakens, erupting lava, ash, and toxic gases from the Earth's interior. This is not only a spectacular sight, but also a terrible disaster. Imagine a river of glowing hot lava flowing fiercely like a river of fire, burning everything in its path. Massive clouds of ash obscure the sun, turning day into darkness, and can travel thousands of kilometers, causing severe air pollution, affecting human health and crops. The toxic gases released can kill living organisms instantly. The eruption of Mount Vesuvius that buried the ancient city of Pompeii is a tragic reminder of their destructive power. A major eruption can even change the global climate for years, causing a volcanic winter. This primal power of the earth always fills us with awe. When rivers and seas rage floods, the silent destroyer. After tropical storms, floods often follow as the next consequence, but they can also occur independently due to prolonged heavy rainfall. Floods are not as loud and violent as tsunamis, but their destruction is slow and persistent. Rising waters submerge houses, roads, and fields. You will see heartbreaking images of people climbing onto rooftops waiting for rescue, belongings being swept away, and lives lost unjustly. Floodwaters also carry diseases, destroy infrastructure, and disrupt the lives of millions for months, even years. They cause not only material damage, but also leave deep psychological scars on survivors. Floods are one of the most common disasters worldwide, and with climate change, their frequency and intensity are increasing, becoming a constant threat to many communities. The invisible obsession. Drought, the tragedy of depletion. If floods are too much water, then drought is a terrible lack of water. This is a natural phenomenon that does not cause immediate destruction like earthquakes or tsunamis, but its consequences are prolonged and persistent, leading to large-scale humanitarian tragedies. Imagine cracked fields, dried-up rivers and lakes, starving livestock, and people forced to migrate in search of survival. The Great Famine in China from 1959 to 1961, largely caused by severe drought, claimed the lives of tens of millions of people, a horrifying number that is hard to comprehend. Drought not only destroys agriculture, causing famine, but also leads to desertification, turning fertile land into barren, dry wastelands. It is a silent killer, slowly suffocating life, forcing humans to face the limits of existence. The death whirlwind. Tornado. Concentrated fury. When it comes to extreme weather phenomena, tornadoes are among the most terrifying destroyers, even though their scale is much smaller than tropical storms. Imagine a violently rotating column of air, like a giant funnel, descending from dark storm clouds, touching the ground, and destroying everything in its path. Wind speeds in a tornado can reach over 480 km/h, strong enough to lift cars, flatten houses, and turn ordinary objects into deadly projectiles. Although their lifespan is usually short, only a few minutes, the path of destruction left by a tornado is absolute and horrific. Areas like Tornado Alley in the United States frequently face this terror. The sudden appearance and rapid movement make tornadoes one of the most unpredictable and frightening phenomena humans have to face. The fire that destroys life. Wildfires. The relentless destroyer. From storms to tornadoes, now let's talk about a disaster that can erupt from a tiny spark. Wildfires. When dry and hot weather conditions persist, combined with dense vegetation, a small fire can quickly turn into a massive blaze, beyond control. Images of thousands of hectares of forest burned, smoke covering the sky, houses turned to ashes, and millions of wildlife either perishing or losing their habitats. This is the pain caused by wildfires. They not only directly threaten human lives and property, but also destroy ecosystems, cause severe air pollution, and contribute to climate change. With increasingly harsh climates, wildfires are becoming a global problem, with large fires in California, Australia, and the Amazon serving as chilling warnings of nature's fury when impacted by humans. The devastating power from the sky. Lightning. The deadly flash. Although it is only a part of a storm, lightning deserves its own place on this list due to its incredible power and direct danger. Imagine a massive electric current, with a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun, striking down from the sky in an instant. This is not only a spectacular phenomenon, but also one of the deadliest direct killers among natural disasters. Thousands of people worldwide are struck by lightning each year, with many cases resulting in death or permanent injury. Additionally, lightning is a leading cause of wildfires, especially in dry areas. The power of lightning is proof that even events occurring in the blink of an eye can carry devastating destruction. It reminds us that even in what seems like an ordinary thunderstorm, Mother Nature can still demonstrate her absolute power. Death curtain. Dust storms. When air turns to sand. Last on our list is a phenomenon that many may rarely consider, but is extremely dangerous. Dust storms. Imagine a massive wall of dust, hundreds of meters high, with a terrifying orange or brown color, swallowing an entire city. Visibility drops to zero, the air becomes thick and heavy, and tiny sand particles can damage engines and cause severe respiratory problems for humans and animals. Dust storms often occur in arid regions, deserts, or areas where the land has been degraded due to drought and human activity. They can travel thousands of kilometers, carrying disease and destruction. The frightening part is that in the context of climate change, desertification is increasing, making dust storms more frequent and intense, turning once lush areas into harsh lands.